There's a growing consensus in the community that Armored Core 6 is too easy. Yet, merely 1 week ago, people were refunding it en masse because of the complete opposite. Apparently, last weekend, it was impossibly hard. So, what happened in 1 short week? Is this Schrodinger's mech game? Can it be both stupidly easy and ridiculously difficult at the same time? The answer, of course, is yes, and those of us who've played mech games since the golden era have understood for a long time that this is a feature rather than a bug. Let me explain. See, the whole crux of mech games lies in combat expression through customization. In the Battletech days, it was all about, do I run a catapult and harass people from behind mountains with LRMs, or do I load a Daishi up to the brim with LBX autocannons and melt anything within 50 meters in one glorious shot, then run screaming for my life as I wait 10 years to reload? It's all about the builds. It always has been. It's about getting the loadout just right for an engagement as much as it is honing your skills as a mech pilot. Since Armored Core 6 released, this channel has been one of the most prolific in posting build guides to help newer players get through the game. In fact, they've been the most popular videos in the channel's very short history. See, it's because of this channel that I feel personally embroiled in this easy/not easy drama. It means that the build guides we've released have contributed directly to what is purportedly an epidemic of builds that turn the game into easy mode. Which is an opportune moment to tell you that, believe it or not, less than 2% of viewers are actually subscribed to this channel. I understand that we're the victims of our own success here because a new channel has no business getting view counts like this, but even 10% subscribers would help us immensely with getting early access to review code so we can have guides for you on day 1 in the future, as opposed to running around panicking like a Daishi pilot that's just unloaded an entire rotation of his weapons in 1 button press. So, this is where we get to the double-edged nature of social media and video platforms. See, in the 90s, when I played MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, there was no platform I could go to get centralized loadouts. Hell, Google didn't even exist, much less had bought YouTube yet. We basically had to wait months for paid strategy guides to be released in magazines, and then hope the guy writing them wasn't a mongoloid. And despite our frustrations, this gave us a beautiful window where we had to use our own creativity and ingenuity to get past the game. This made breaking games far more difficult for the average player, and therefore this whole thing was less of a concern. When I demoed my Bulletstorm build in this video, people immediately started saying, "Oh, that's Asmongold's easy mode build." But here's the kicker. I don't watch his content. I did, however, see that many people arrived at the same core set of builds to help them get through the game, and that's a good sign. It's the same with our shotgun-centered builds too. All of these I arrived at by playing the game, dying, iterating, dying, then iterating again until I felt in command of my core. And this is what Armored Core at its core is all about. I had so much fun doing this that even if I arrived at a stupidly OP build, as I did several times as you can see in our build videos, I still didn't feel disappointed. I felt like I deserved to stomp the game after all the build crafting I went through. And herein lies the problem. The same people complaining now that the game is too easy are the ones who immediately log into YouTube and search Uber OP, insanely powerful one-shot Armored Core 6 builds. Of course you're going to find builds that have cheesed the game doing this. There are literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people playing this game concurrently. So, those people have their own actions to be accountable for. If you want to feel like you deserve the experience of stomping the game, then avoid the social media, forum, and video chatter until you've played it through at least once yourself, and then look online to see which builds align with yours and whose sort of things you perhaps missed for when you do New Game Plus or Plus Plus, which is really where you're going to need the outlier builds to survive. So yes, Armored Core 6 is both easy and hard, and whether it's either or depends entirely on you, the player, and how you decide to interact with it. That's all I have for today. Please subscribe, and in an avalanche of glorious irony, join us for our future easy mode OP build guides. See you then.